coming to you live today from Trenton, New Jersey, the Cure Insurance Arena right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is our second game of tonight. Earlier, we had the Atlanta Ballers taking on the Dallas Ballers. Dallas came away with that victory in a game that affected playoff implications. That game has trickle-down effects on tonight's game as well. These New York Ballers, 4-3 right now in the JBA. This Philadelphia squad, 1-6. With a win tonight, this New York team moves up to 5-3, pushing them up to second place in the JBA standings. They want to come out of here with a win tonight. Coaches for the New York squad wore their black jackets in here today, and they're saying that it's going to be a funeral here in Philadelphia. So this Philadelphia team, the city of brotherly love, but a team that is built on toughness, because that's what the city is built on, is not having that today. We got an exciting matchup for you. I'm excited to be here. My name is Alan Bell, a.k.a. at AB The Hero. I'm here with my main man, Brandon Williams, a.k.a. at Talking with Fresh. Brandon, how are you feeling about tonight's matchup?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of playoff implications. You know, we talked about it in the first game with Dallas sitting at 4-3, needing to get to 5-3, their fifth straight win, in order to affect the seeding at the top of the standings. Right now, New York is the same situation, 4-3. If they go to 5-3, they actually, I believe, will get the third seed because they'll win the tiebreaker between Dallas and when they beat Dallas earlier in the season. So right now, tonight, Philadelphia is going to play the role of spoiler to see if they can try to knock New York down just a couple notches so they don't get that top four seeding that they're really desiring. So who knows what's going to happen tonight. I'm really looking to see this Philadelphia team, if they can come together just for one more game and to see if they can get some momentum into the playoffs, because we've seen anything can happen in these types of situations. So if they can get a win tonight and then go into the playoffs feeling good about themselves, they might be a disruptor in the first JBA League playoffs.
Definitely. This Philadelphia team is filled with a bunch of guys who can go. Jalen Nixon, a guy who we've talked about throughout this season as someone who is accepting the challenge on both ends of the court for this Philadelphia team. Their best player of the opposition is going to guard him, and he's going to guard the best player on the opposition as well. He's a guy averaging 24 points, a guy who can at any moment go for 40. They're going to need a big game from him tonight. But also Marquise the Catalyst Johnson, a guy who's averaging 20, 9, and 7 for this Philadelphia ball club. Stepped up his production since Devin Hade hasn't been on the squad. They're going to need a big ball game for him. But honestly, this New York team is a team who does it by committee. They've got at least 5 players on this team who are averaging 15 points and at least 7 boards. They play as a team. This Philadelphia team, who has been lacking chemistry at times, is going to have to come together tonight if they want to play and win against a team like New York, who is a complete team at times.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Jalen Nixon. He has a full family in the building right now with T-shirts and everything. You know, we got a couple of shirts ourselves. We have to make sure we show the live stream exactly what they got going on. But I said it last game, it's going to start with Jalen Nixon. If he's hot and if he's going, he can get it started on both ends of the court for this Philadelphia team. And for New York, I want to see Calvin Brown set the tone for New York. I want to see Morrison and Kamar, Jerry Antoine, those 3 guys I'm expecting to rally around Nolan Irby, who's their point guard, who stabilizes everything. I want to see those 3 lift this team up to see if they can get this New York team into that top 4 seeding in the playoffs.
Definitely. And I want to give a shout out to the folks watching at home, because those shirts that the Jalen Nixon family brought in here, Nixie Hustle, it's a nickname that we got for him out of the comment section.
Absolutely.
So y'all putting things into motion out here in a bigger way than y'all really realize. But like I said, we're here right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We've got a good ball game going here tonight. All-Star game coming up. This game here is going to be the final game of the historic inaugural season of the Junior Basketball Association.
I can't believe it.
So I got a little sentimental earlier. It started to creep back up on me. It started to get emotional.
Had to give him tissues.
Stick with us here, folks, because this is a big season, man. We've seen a lot of progression from a lot of these teams, a lot of these players, coaches. We've had a lot of progression of our own. So this has been a historic season, and I'm excited to get into the All-Star break and then also get into the playoffs and see some of these teams as a final product, because like you mentioned, mentioned, this Philadelphia team has been going through some chemistry issues. They can get it together with a win here versus New York and definitely be a spoiler team going into the playoffs.
Absolutely, and that's the message that I would be sending to my team if I were James Martin, as well as Kibu Stewart for the Philadelphia team. You know, just play with some pride, play with some passion, do whatever it takes to become, like you said, a spoiler in the playoffs, because everybody's basically sleeping on this team right now. They feel as though this is an easy win. Whether they say it or not, that's probably the mentality that they've probably put themselves into by being 1-6 so far. So you're still a professional team. You're still getting paid. You still got to come out and show up and show out in any kind of way that you can. So I expect this Philadelphia team to give this New York team everything they have tonight.
Definitely. And like you said, it's easier to show up and show out when you're playing in your hometown. Right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the hometown for a lot of those Philadelphia Ballers. Before today's game, they were out here on the court warming up, and you can see that they were ready. Let's check it out. Welcome, folks. We're here, Trenton, New Jersey, the Cure Insurance Arena right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Tonight's ball game, the New York Ballers taking on the Philadelphia Ballers. Philadelphia, their second home game of the season here in Trenton, coming out here right now tonight with a record of 1-6. They want to get a W here today. If there's any place that they have a shot to pull an upset off, it's here, Trenton, New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia. A lot of their players have family and friends, have packed this arena, and they want to play for them. As we look at the starting lineup for this New York Baller squad, folks, I mentioned this earlier, this New York team is a team that does it by committee. They've got multiple players with 15 and 7 as far as boards and rebounds go. I look here, Calvin Brown, 24 points, 13 rebounds. Morisana Kamara, 19 points, 7 rebounds. Nolan Irby, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Jerry Antoine, 15 points, 8 boards. They're a complete team. They're doing things by committee, with Calvin Brown being the catalyst for a lot of it. Always, when you watch him play, you'll see, I say it all the time, he's very methodical in his game. He's just a guy who's going to keep coming at you with a steady pace. And that is going to be tough for this Philadelphia ball club to handle. On the back of Jalen Nixon here, a guy who is from Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, played college ball here in Philadelphia, so has ties to the city. As a guy who's playing for the name on his back and then also the name on the front of his jersey, as a few of these other players from this Philadelphia team are right from around this area. They're looking to draw on that 6th man from tonight's crowd and hopefully pull that off and get a W today.
Absolutely. And we said it earlier with Jalen Nixon, you know, he has a wonderful story of perseverance. You know, we like to talk about it. You know, got cut multiple times in high school. Didn't play a ton his senior year when he transferred to another high school. Bet on himself, and he knew the type of player that he was. Found a junior college in Philadelphia and really showed out. Player of the year, multiple 20-plus point games, 40-point games as well. We're starting to get some interest from University of Virginia and some other schools. And it's just a wonderful story that he tells. And we really do it no justice when we try to reiterate that. But, you know, when you see him play in this league, you can see that he gives everything that he has every single night that he plays. So it's going to be exciting to watch him play his last game in front of all his family. He has a group of about 10 or 15 players. But let's check out the national anthem. We'll be right back.
Coming to you live, Cure Insurance Arena, Trenton, New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia. We look at the starting lineup for the New York Ballers. This is a starting lineup, man, who has been very consistent throughout the year. At moments, they've had different players step up and have big games, but they've had somebody from that starting lineup in each one of their games show up and show out as they've really turned it around. Started this season 0-2, and since then have really been on a very good run. As we look at the Philadelphia Ballers starting lineup here, Shannon Handy, a guy who joined the squad after playing on the Houston team. He's a high flyer. He's a guy who in his debut game with this Philadelphia team really provided a lot of energy. Obviously, we know when you're watching these basketball games and you got a guy who's going to be a human highlight reel, as Shannon Handy will, that will energize this arena and your squad. As we look at the standings here, as we see Dallas has moved up here, 5-3. New York with a win today moves up to 5-3. You have 4 teams who essentially would be tied for the second place spot. It'll come down to head-to-head matchups and things of that nature. Stuff that you got to be you got to know calculus to be able to figure out, or at least some solid algebra. But so you see right there, the middle of the pack in the JVA right now is pretty strong. It's a lot of parity in this league. Every game has been a game. Like you never know who's going to come out here and get a W. A lot of the teams who started off as like needing a lot of help got that help, and a lot of teams who are very high are trying to find themselves going into the playoffs. So this has been an exciting inaugural season, one that has been extremely historic, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
I am too, AB. You know, we talked about it even in the first game as we get this tip going, but I've had a ton of fun. See who gets this tip right here.
Elijah Hall.
But I am sad to see it winding down. But definitely excited to see how this playoffs goes as well.
Philadelphia team starting out this ball game, a lot of patience, trying to find the right shot, unable to get it to go. So New York takes over possession.
See, this Philadelphia team is picking up pretty much full court for the most part, three-quarter court. You know, this New York team, AB, they do a lot of ball movement. As you see this weave at the top of the key here.
Majid Delwahab in the corner, cash and splash. Majid Delwahab from Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. He's a guy who is from around this area. I'm probably further west than Philadelphia, out on the outskirts of Philly. But he tried out at the Philadelphia tryout, didn't make it, drove up to New York the next day and made a team in New York. So this is a home game for him as well.
Absolutely.
As he knocked down that shot, we heard the Majid Delwahab section go crazy.
There's plenty of them in here. Also, if we haven't said it yet, we're here live here in Trenton, New Jersey. Where are you guys tuning in from? Let us know. Shout your city out. Rep your city. We'll definitely make sure we shout you out live here on the broadcast.
I'm liking this all-black unis from the Philadelphia Ballers.
Now this Philadelphia coaching staff is definitely not happy with the effort right there. They actually had an opportunity to get that defensive rebound there, but now New York, second chance opportunity.
Turnover. Marquise Johnson had to put some sauce on the drop-off pass.
Yeah, those are very frustrating moments as a coach. As we see the big baller in the house. Proud new grandfather. And I actually was just speaking to LeVar right before this game, and I asked him about what does it feel like to be a new grandparent, and he says, you know what, I'm not so much excited about being a new grandparent as I am for my son. And it was very, you know, I take the pride in you know, something that I raised as my son, now having a child of his own. So he's obviously happy to be a grandparent, but more so prideful in the fact that to see his son now raising and starting his own family.
All right. Some shout outs here. York, PA. Lorenzo Mendez tuning in from York, PA. Isaiah Darden, North Carolina in the building.
North Carolina.
Cody Gammon, Knoxville, Tennessee, but go Gators. Nah, we don't do that. It's
Nah,
Florida State.
Roll Tide.
Jalen Killen.
We behind you,
Pamela, we behind you. Hey, no.
Like exactly
turning around
behind us. Really?
I waved at y'all. I didn't see you.
And why they always shouting you out? Like, they act like I'm just invisible.
Hey,
I
come
can
on,
see
man.
then you're not, like,
Look,
at the game and you just think that you're the same people, but
sometimes Destiny's Child's got a Beyonce, and then they got the two girls we had to kick out the group. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying I'm still here, though. That's the difference.
I was saying,
I can see it. You can at least call me Kelly or something like that.
yeah. We got the Beyonce, then you got Michelle. You know? So,
but we do have the same last
it's just
name.
easier to say Beyonce than to say all of that. Yeah. Oh, big block, Jerry Antoine.
Our main man, Cameron Owsley Gordon, says, shout out B. Will.
Shout out. Give my man B. Will some love. AKA Talking with Fresh, coming to you live from Trenton, New Jersey. Right outside of Philadelphia, PA, New York Ballers with an early lead.
We got the Mitchells in the building already. Shakima Mitchell from Louisville, Kentucky. That is the older sister of assistant coach Robert Sticks Mitchell. We got it was like 50 of them in the comment section last game. Maybe gave us all types of dirt on Coach Mitchell.
Ribbit.
And I called him that earlier. Said, "Hey man, they was on me." I said, we got to get some more out of them after this game.
Couple of big offensive boards for this Philadelphia team. Extending the possession. Nolan Irby, guarded by Jalen Nixon, steps out of bounds. All right, folks. We're seeing where you're tuning in from. We got folks in here from all over the place. Bakersfield, California, New York, Hershey, PA. I like Hershey, PA, actually. It's a good little city.
Isn't that where, like, the Hershey bars, like, made?
Yeah. They got a whole park and everything.
Oh, wow. I need to go there.
But let us know, who are you tuning in for today? Are you a Philadelphia baller? Are you a New York baller? Shout out your team and your favorite player on that team. Jalen Nixon drives and kicks to Shannon Handy. Gets his own board. Goes up strong, unable to finish. Calvin Brown kicking it up to Maja Delwahab as the New York Ballers are in transition. Nolan Irby, a huge addition to this New York ball club. First game was versus the Los Angeles Ballers. He showed up and really exposed that Los Angeles team early in this season as kind of the catalyst for them having to go back to the drawing board. The addition of Jello and some other players started with this New York team and Nolan Irby's addition. Brandon Stacy getting some love.
Shakima said, my mama's in here. So Mama Mitchell's here? Where's she at? Gotta have her sitting courtside.
Okay, the Yay area. Francis Mensah with the board in attack mode.
That's one of LeVar's favorite players. Shout out to Linda Mitchell. Is that Mama Mitchell?
Elijah Hall.
I forget which one is the mom.
Beadmore checking in. Daniel Gooden, what's up? Lisa Carey, we love Coach Marv.
That's a hashtag. Got a whole hashtag going.
I'll search that hashtag after the game. See how much y'all really love Coach Marv. As Nolan Irby gets it going, guarded by Jalen Nixon.
Nice
beautiful pass. Francis Mensah unable to finish. Jordan Wooden Kicks it down to Jalen Nixon off the glass, over the outreached arms of Calvin Brown. Here's Pedro watching for Calvin Brown and Morisana Kamara. Two New Yorkers, Strong Island in the Bronx.
You know, I was the one that taught you what Strong Island was.
Did you? I don't think so.
Well, I always said, you say Long Island, I say Strong Island.
Nah, that you talking about that movie, Remember the Titans.
No.
Strong side.
Oh.
Jawan Buckner, cash and splash.
Jay Buckets.
Philadelphia native. Nolan Irby pulls up for three, unable to hit it. Calvin Brown tries to save it, tips it to the Philadelphia Ballers, who are leading 8-7 over the New York Ballers. Jordan Wooden unable to get the three to drop. Out of bounds, New York ball. Folks, this is the final game of the regular season of this historic inaugural season of the JBA. Let us know if you're sad to see this season come to an end. Drop that crying face emoji in the comment section. Just flood it just for 30 seconds. Let's just get some crying face emojis.
AB just wants y'all to feel his. He doesn't really want to be the only one that was crying. So that's the only reason why he's doing it.
Jonathan Webb is feeling the pain. Jeffrey Hardaway Jr. as well. Morisana Kamara. Referee stops it. Fix the scoreboard. Kalisha. As you see, Coach Marv McCullough with that black jacket on, black tie, says, hey, man, we getting ready for a funeral out here today. Taking the page out of my man.
Cameron Osby Gordon says, please don't go in the Tank voice.
Please don't go. Please don't go. No. Y'all didn't know I could sing. Hold on, I'm going to stop.
Please. Don't quit your day job, baby.
Hold on.
I love you, though, but.
It's a lot of sad folks, just as sad as I am.
Your boy Alec Hinton says, AB on phone now.
On phone now, we sad in here. It's a lot of folks out here with their merch on today.
But the thing is, and I understand that, it is, it's hard for the season to be winding down, but it's really an exciting time at the same time because of the growth and knowing how well things have gone so far, that this is only going to continue. So it's really a celebration all at the same time. We got playoffs, where we got All-Star game coming up next after this game. Then we have the playoffs, which is going to be absolutely lit.
Litty again, it's Litty again.
See how I set you up there?
I appreciate the setup.
But then it brings more for the next season, and then the seasons after that. So this is, while we're all, a little sad for the season be winding down, it's all great, all at the same time.
Definitely. All right, 6 minutes, 29 seconds left in the first quarter.
Man-to-man defense right now. Let's get a stop. They're setting big-to-big screens, okay? And then they got the screen coming from down the UCLA cut screen, and they're coming across. Let's talk, man. All three together. 1, 2, 3.
You heard that UCLA cut. That's one of Brandon's favorite plays.
Yep.
Go ahead, tell them about that UCLA cut.
Basically what it is you usually have a high post guy standing probably somewhere around the elbow there. You pass the ball to the wing, and you just cut right off of that 4 or 5 man shoulder. If it's done and it's executed right, it should be open for that wing person to make the pass to that to the cutting guard. So, John Wooden play.
Jalen Nixon goes to work here in front of his home crowd. Jerry Antoine drives to the basket. Jalen Nixon picking up the charge. Teresa Washington says, I hate to see the season end. Wishing all the Philadelphia players a great offseason. Hashtag number 11, Brandon Stacy's mom. Cry face emoji.
Shout out to Brandon Stacy's mom. Did I miss the name? Where is it?
This here, Teresa Washington.
Teresa Washington. Nice pass
Jalen
there.
Nixon.
He's got to finish that one.
Jameer Killen checks into the ball game. His folks are behind us. Jalen Nixon in attack mode still.
Tay Flo says, I did know him. What is New York coach's name? That is Marvin McCullough. Head coach. Assistant coach is Robert Sticks Mitchell, former Seton Hall and Duquesne player. Jonathan Webb says, is LaMelo going to be here next year? Well, unless the NBA officially changes the age limit, I expect him to be fully in the JBA league. Absolutely.
Cordair Croston in the game for the Philadelphia Ballers. The Quarantula Philadelphia kid as well. I'm sure he's got some family in the stands. Spin move as he knows we're talking about, and finishing with that left hand.
I think he heard you.
He did. He bounced back from an injury himself.
Coach Marvin McCullough definitely not happy about these last sequence of plays here by Philadelphia. Cordair Croston.
Now we're getting after the ball. And we're running our offense. And we're taking our time. And we're playing unselfish. That equals to a W. Yes, sir. Okay? That equals to a W. Way to move the ball. Way to be patient. Okay? That's not enough right there. 14-7 is not enough. We got to turn up. We're still down. All right? Come on. Keep it up. Keep the intensity up.
We got to help towards the ball. We got to help towards the ball. And everybody got to see the ball. You got to see your man ball. Man ball. And you turn with your back, you don't get there. All cuts going that way. You're dragging behind your cuts. Push the ball to half court and work hard, pushing the first pass up the floor, away from the basket. We talk about doing new things the right way. If you ain't hustling doing the right way, you sit.
Always be ready to help, okay? Quad, ready to protect the basket. What do you got?
Defense on this. AB, I like that kind of good cop, bad cop, so to speak, right there. You know, Kibu Stewart, former UNLV player, Philadelphia 76er player as well in the NBA. I like what he's brought to this Philadelphia team. Man. They really respond to him, and you know, he's going to be a fabulous coach, whatever level he decides to go into or continue on. But you know, he said some really good things there. You know,
and Coach Martin with the tough hand, letting them know, hey, we got to do the new things the right way as well. And if you can't do it, you got to sit down.
Absolutely. Now I wonder how he is as a teacher.
LeVar got the
reading glasses on.
His diamond encrusted glasses on, checking out the box score for the last ball game. A great game. Dallas Ballers beat the Atlanta Ballers 109-94. As Juwan Buckner with the saucy finish.
Man, one.
Juwan Buckner says, hey, man, I'm a master chef. What I can do with this jelly and this toast is magical.
Well, I like that little jab step right there.
Jab step.
Right there. Finishes right off the glass, AB.
A whole lot of English on that ball. Looking like a professor.
So what do you think? What do y'all think about Coach Martin? You know, he has been a teacher for over 30 years. You think he was a tough teacher? I kind of want to know that. I believe he was one of those firm teachers, but I think he was probably, you know, fun to be in his class as well. Kind of reminds me a little bit of me.
Sure.
I'm pretty strict.
Calvin Brown
But all
pulls
my
up from
students
Strong
say,
Island, unable to hit
your
it.
class, so.
Nolan Irby kicks it to Jameer Killen. New York Ball Club swinging the ball around. Calvin Brown in attack mode. Unable to finish. Philadelphia ball. All right.
C.J. Howard says, shout out to Indiana.
So a couple folks who are campaigning for Indiana JBA team next season.
I think we've probably heard that probably every single game.
I would love to see that.
You gonna coach it?
I'll coach it too. We get that Cadillac. Taylor Kirkham in the corner. Jameer Killen driving. No basket. Foul called on Calvin Brown. All right, folks. This is the last game of the regular season, but up next is the All-Star game. Who is your #1 pick for All-Star weekend? Who do you want to see in that All-Star game? Let us know.
One pick that you can make. Only one. Who would that be?
As Jordan Wooden goes to work, finds Jalen Nixon. Cordeer Croston called for the travel.
Yeah, shuffled his feet just slightly.
Terrell Springer, first name that pops up. Jonathan Webb did not understand the rules. He says, obviously, the Ball brothers. You said only one pick. He said 2 people disqualified.
He said one of the Ball brothers. Just has to be specific.
But he said Ball brothers is still disqualified.
He said one of the Ball brothers.
But he's got to say,
that's what I'm saying.
Dane.
So
travel.
Disqualified. You just need to say either LaMelo or.
What you said is he needs to say it. He did not say it. Disqualified.
AB's a tough one.
I'm a firm.
I thought I was the mean.
But I'm friendly.
Now, even our producers and our directors are saying they would take Jarrell Springer #1. Shout out to our Lithuanian crew.
Newski, Harrison Rieger, Nolan Irby. Like there's some solid names. I'd be happy with all of those players. Jay Buckets, Curtis Hollis, Jordell Ross, the Jordell Ross.
Double Ross.
Is in the
Jordell, is that you? I don't think Jordell want to see me in that three-point contest. I'm legit trying to campaign to get in that, AB.
Hey, Tay says Greg Floyd. As Jalen Nixon pulls up from 3. Calvin Brown with the board, getting out on transition as Maja Delwahab. Maja Delwahab showing that jelly from Upper Darby, Pennsylvania.
Harrison Rieger says Carmelo Anthony. Did I miss something?
Carmelo Anthony could do a season in the JBA.
The SBA, the Senior Basketball Association?
He's good with 1 season. He had 1 season at Syracuse, 1 national championship. 1 season at the JBA, he might win the ship. Get him a new Cadillac.
Well, he couldn't even wear the Big Baller brand hoodie, so.
3 in the key called on Cordeer Croston. All right, since we're talking All-Star Weekend, let's get the question that I want to know. Who do you have going in the slam dunk contest? Who do you want to see in the slam dunk contest? Junior Basketball Association All-Star Weekend. And that is officially Jordell Ross checking in. Nick Lovelace. That's one of the guys who comes to my mind right away. He's a guy who will dunk on you. over and over again. Nick Lovelace.
Like I said, I just want to know what that feels like just one time.
To be dunked on?
No, not to be dunked on, but to just get up as high as he does. It literally looks like he's floating.
Neon Wet getting some love as well.
Wah.
Philadelphia inbounds the ball. Folks, we're coming to you live. Trenton, New Jersey, Cure Insurance Arena. Philadelphia Ballers taking on the New York Ballers. 1 minute to go in this first period as Quadir Croston, the Corantula, throws down a two-handed slam. Beautiful offensive ball movement. No-look pass from Jordan Wooden. Jump up there.
Now,
Pull up on the rim, young man.
One of those. You know, he didn't play a whole lot in the last game, so he's getting a lot of playing time tonight. Good to see him getting up there and throw that one down.
He's fighting through an injury. Limited his minutes a bit. Looks like he's back at full strength as Francis Mensah with a big board. Another board off the block of Quadir Croston. Jump ball. You can see the passion in both of these teams as they hit the ground. And one of the things that I love to see from this Philadelphia team, who's on the ground in that tie-up? Jalen Nixon.
Absolutely.
He's a guy who has been billed as probably their best player all season long. And there's nothing on this court that he won't do for this Philadelphia team. Pierce Pedro pointing out something there. This may be the lowest scoring quarter in the Junior Basketball Association's inaugural season, 18-9. And folks say they don't play no defense in the JBA. Hold up now.
Come on. Can't please everybody. So
Montrell Dixon getting some love for that slam dunk contest.
I'd love to see that as well. He and Nick Lovelace going at it. Jordan Myers.
Anthony Carmen.
It's a lot of leapers in this league.
I would love to see Lynell Watson get a shot.
Bam, bam.
Travel called on Jerry Antoine.
Shout out to
the little ballers in the building. Be on the lookout for that. Baby Ballers gear. And also you seen she was wearing that Nixie Hustle tee.
Shout out to the Nixon family. About 15 of them in here with some Nixie Hustle t-shirts. We have to make sure we show y'all what those look like. They gave us a pair of Nixie Hustle t-shirts for us.
All right, that's the first quarter. Not the high-octane offensive quarter that we've seen from these JBA games. Philadelphia 18, New York 9 through one quarter. Solid defensive performance or a lackluster offensive performance? What would you call it?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, New York, you know, they just didn't have as much of the aggression on the offensive end as they normally do. You know, they ran the typical weave play, but they weren't really, you know, moving the ball on the perimeter and also getting those cuts to the basket that they also normally get as well. Morrisana Kamara didn't really see a lot of them. Was really quiet. You know, he's been typically their fire starter on the offensive end, you know, slashing and also getting some nice outside shots. So I expect to see some adjustments as I can look over there and see Coach Marvin McCullough drawing things up right now in the huddle. So, but yeah, this Philadelphia team is definitely playing with a lot more fire. You know, they have one win on the season. They want to close this regular season out with the WAB.
They definitely do. I think, too, when you start to look at the box score for this New York team, Morrisana Kamara has not attempted a shot in 5 minutes of play. Nolan Irby, 10 minutes of play, 0 points, only 2 shot attempts. That is something that we have not seen from this New York ball club. Came out a bit slow in tonight's ball game. They're going to walk out of here with a W today. they're going to have to pick it up. I hope that they didn't come in here expecting to just walk over this Philadelphia team, because they're sitting at 1-6. The Irby family is sitting right behind the Nixon family. It's a family affair in Trenton, New Jersey right now. Folks, my name is Alan Bell, a.k.a. at AB the Hero. I'm here with my main man, Brandon Williams, a.k.a. at Talking with Fresh. We're coming to you live to Cure Insurance Arena, Trenton, New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia, PA. Nolan Irby kicking it to Taylor Kirkham, who's attempting his first shot of the ball game as well. Unable to knock it down. New York Ballers with the board. We call Marvin McCullough calling some sets. As Taylor Kirkham pulls up again. Cordeer Croston, big rebound.
This New York team is ice cold, AB.
Ice cold. Cordeer Croston attacking the basket, going up the left hand.
He's having a
The Tarantula is in the building. Let's watch him work now. Off the glass. Leaning and rocking. Jerry Antoine pulling up from the outside. Fouled as he attempts the three. Heading to the free throw line for 3 shots.
Well, that is exactly not what Coach Martin wanted right there, as Brandon Stacy's probably going to make his way to the bench here.
Kevin Welker says, shout out to AB and Fresh from K-Dog in Simi Valley, California.
Shout out to Kevin Welker, one of our top fans.
Folks, if you see people in the comment section with that top fan badge, you get that from tuning in, joining the conversation, and enjoying the party with us, because that's basically what this is.
All day, all night.
Jerry Antoine, the second, looks to complete a 3-point play from the free throw line. Cash and splash. Nolan Irby guarding Jawan Buckner, 94 feet. Philadelphia Ballers lead 20-14, 20-12. It's Marquise the Catalyst Johnson. Draws contact off the spin move, heading to the free throw line.
And that was a good drive there by Marquise Johnson. You saw a mismatch with Taylor Kirkham guarding him. He really attacked it. Now he's at the free throw line for 2.
Kevin Walker says you got to watch the games, comment, and share every game if you want the badge. Taylor Kirkham in the corner. Off the side of the rim. I talked to Taylor Kirkham's dad. He was at the game in Las Vegas, and he gave me that look like, huh? I told you my boy can shoot that ball. As we've seen Taylor Kirkham over the last couple of games with these New York Ballers shoot the lights out. Getting off to a slow start tonight, but he's like a microwave. He can heat up fast in here. Oh, Irby calls bank.
Says the bank is open on Sunday, AB.
Off the glass. That right there is physics, folks. Geometry. Nolan Irby, the mathematician.
So is it physics or geometry?
All of it.
All wrapped in one.
Yep, a little astrology too. Got to be lucky.
You just kind of throwing everything out there.
Nah, it all makes sense. Morsana Kamara slowing it down, kicking it to Taylor Kirkham. That right there was a play that typically we would have seen Morsana Kamara drive that bucket in transition here. Decided that time to drop it off. It's typically very aggressive.
Yeah, he's not. He hasn't shot the ball much. We're already 3 minutes into the second quarter, and he just hasn't really been as aggressive as.
There he is, as we call his name, and
he's me talking about him.
Cash and Splash, Momo from the Bronx.
BX throwing it down.
Substance, one and only, says, how come I don't have a top badge? I stay commenting. What's up, AB? Hey, just like Kevin Walker said, you got to comment, you got to share, you got to do some other things. You got to work for it.
That's right. Top fan badges are earned in all caps.
Juwan Buckner gets a bucket for the Philadelphia Ballers. Gary Antoine almost fouled again as he attempts a three-bucket. Philadelphia ball.
But Tanya Casey says, I'm from Mississippi. What part of Mississippi are you from?
Mississippi. Deacon Martin giving some life lessons to Cordelia Croston as Jalen Nixon drives a fancy spin move, unable to finish. Foul called on Shannon Handy. Shannon Handy, who's been held scoreless, but has 3 personal fouls. With 8 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in this first half of play, Philadelphia Ballers lead 23, New York 18. Juwan Buckner kicking it around to Marquise Johnson. Spin move, Nolan Irby out in front. No easy buckets in the JBA. Finishing through contact.
I'm gonna tell you who made that play. That was Taylor Kirkland with the nice hit-ahead pass there, real quick there. Very good awareness there by Taylor Kirkland to get that to Nolan Irby out on the break. Deshaun Drakeford says, shout me out, please. Well, shout out to you, sir. Appreciate you tuning in. Where are you from?
Elizabeth Mensah, go NY, go New York.
All right, so remind me again, is Elizabeth the sister or the mother? I forgot.
You got to ask her.
All right, I'm sorry. Elizabeth, are you the sister or the mother of Francis? Because I got confused because the mom came on there and you were like, okay, that's the mama. So now I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'll be honest.
Marquise Johnson, 2 points. Looking to add an additional one. Rims in and out.
Hey.
Marquise the Catalyst.
She's the sister. Okay, now I know officially, yeah, for sure.
Exactly what I said last time, but
no, you really didn't.
Marsana Kamara draws the foul from Jalen Nixon. His second foul of the ball game. Jalen Nixon, 7 points. Juwan Buckner, 7 points for the Philadelphia Ballers as they lead 24-20 over the New York Ballers here in Trenton, New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Calvin Brown with the big board, blocked by Elijah Hall. Philadelphia Ballers slowing it down. Juwan Buckner finding Jalen Nixon, who pulls up from the outside. Cash and Splash.
He says 1, 2, 3, count them. Top of the key.
Gets right back on defense. Ball movement here from the New York Ballers. Nolan Irby drives, floater. Unable to knock that one down. Juwan Buckner kicks it up to Marquise Catalyst Johnson. Juwan Buckner in attack mode finds Jalen Nixon. A beautiful dime being dropped off in the piggy bank as Jalen Nixon cashes in. All right, folks, you tuned in here. Let us know, who is your favorite player on both of these teams here? This New York squad has had a plethora of players who have gotten off for them, so it's pretty tough to call it on that team. this Philadelphia team looking to get it together. It's a team who I would say MVP for them this season has been Jalen Nixon, but they definitely had some fan favorites in Quadir Croston and Marquise the Catalyst Johnson. Juwan Buckner pulls up from 3, unable to knock it down.
Good box out there by Calvin Brown to get the rebound.
Majid Delwahab kicks it to Nolan Irby, who's wide open. Hesitates for a second, fires it up off the back of the iron.
And I never really like when shooters, when they get that ball, he's wide open. If you don't shoot that in rhythm, it's much harder. And some people who may not understand it, when you just stand there, you're not really in rhythm. You got to catch that, be in position to shoot it, and just shoot the ball.
Majid Delwahab, foul brought to his knees. Unable to come. Maj heading to the free throw line. Taylor Kirkham, big bro, checking in from AZ.
Oh, we got Brother Kirkham in here?
We got Brother Kirkham in here right now. Shout out to Brother Kirkham. Shout out to all the Kirkhams.
Oh, last name is Macias.
It could be his brother.
Well, I'm not saying it's not. I never noticed it.
Mensah and Kamara from New York. Shout out Africa. Jalen Nixon receives the pass.
Yeah, I think that's a travel. Pretty easy call there.
We've seen a couple of traveling calls. I wonder if both these teams came into tonight's game just a little lax with it being the end of the season, some senioritis on the court. Nolan Irby pulls up, cash and splash. 3 up, 3 down.
Cash rules everything around me.
Get the money, dollar bills, y'all.
Represent Harlem, Uptown.
Uptown where the players play. Elijah Hall pulling up, unable to hit the
rim. The New York team is starting to pick up the pace a little bit more. I see a lot more energy and aggressiveness coming from this New York squad.
Calvin Brown, methodical.
Gabe Kirkham in the house said, "What's up, AB and Fresh?" Taylor's dad. I didn't get a chance to meet you in Las Vegas. Glad you're joining us tonight. I wonder if Grandma Kirkham's going to be in Nancy. Haven't heard her yet.
Marquise Johnson pulls up off the front of the rim. New York ballers out in transition. Nolan Irby, the point guy for this New York team. Finds Calvin Brown, rattles it in and out. This New York team has been dominating on the boards throughout this ball game. Nolan Irby over the outstretched hands of Quadir Croston. Cash and splash. You let that happen too many times to you, it started messing with your eyes. You don't want to get the shot in the face like that too many times. As Juwan Buckner drives, unable to finish the left hand. Marsana Kamara out. Big block from Jalen Nixon. Jalen Nixon says, hey, Mo, there's no easy buckets in the Junior Basketball Association. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in Trenton, New Jersey. The New York crowd is turned up right now. New York leading 31, Philadelphia 29. Big block, Jalen Nixon. Say, hey, man, it's grown man business.
Stop. Elijah's not a threat, man. Stop hugging the man. When they call that peanut stuff, it's a cycle. The man who's walking down is setting a brush screen. The guy who's on the wing on the corner, he's curling off of it. Step aside. That's all of you guys. That guy who's coming from the top, he's setting a brush screen. Step aside, let your man through, be ready for the pass. But you got to see the man and the basketball. Okay? If we have nothing, we go full cross, both sides, okay? Hold the ball until it clears out. You go do a wheel. Pass the ball. Don't dribble handoff. Full cross. if we have nothing in the transition, okay? Come on, let's go. Let's get it, let's get it. 330, 330. Let's do it right here, 330.
Coach Marvin McCullough. When we talk about the coaches in the JBA who have tons of experience playing at all different levels and coaching on different levels, we're talking about Coach Marvin McCullough. Division I basketball player, has played pro overseas, many different leagues, has been a Harlem Globetrotter at one point. So his basketball knowledge is tremendous. His connections to the basketball world is tremendous as well, as he's imparting the wisdom on this New York Baller squad.
You know, this whole time that he's been in this league, I don't know why we never thought to ask him to do some of those Harlem Globetrotter tricks.
I want to see it.
I've never even thought to ask him that.
Which is, it's funny that he's a Harlem Globetrotter because he definitely has a very chill personality.
Well, he's from Harlem. That's yeah. Kind of, he has that Harlem swag.
Harlem. Harlem world, where all the abandoned buildings at. Morrisana Kamara on transition, attacking.
Oh, that's got to
be a goaltender. No call. But that right there is what I was talking about earlier. You see Morrisana Kamara going straight to the basket earlier. Was dropping it off. All right, Morrisana Kamara being guarded by Jordan Wood, and Jawan Buckner comes over to help. Jawan Buckner called for a foul.
I think the officials may have bailed him out there. I didn't really see much of anything on that one. We got the Nixon family in the house. Shout out.
Nixie Hustle.
Nixie
Hustle
see the
T-shirts. They chilling in here. All right, folks. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this first half of basketball.
Yeah, I want to throw my Nixie Hustle shirt on. You think I can get away with that?
I feel like if you do it now, you may be corrupted.
Really?
Yeah, you have to wait till the game is over.
Why would I be corrupted?
Because you're basically rooting for the Philadelphia team at that point.
Yeah, that does make sense. But I do want to show it off, though.
Facts. If they win, we'll do the post-game interviews, Nixie Hustle T-shirts. Jawan Buckner.
And throw it on.
When you Superman, you get dressed in a phone booth.
Well, if you can find one for me.
Quadir Croston called for a travel. That's what you were talking about earlier. Those are the plays that, as a coach, drive you crazy. Beautiful pass. Connection from Nolan Irby to Calvin Brown. Calvin Brown, 7 points. Nolan Irby with 2 assists.
You know, I like how they're establishing Quadir Croston there on the low block right now. Very long, wiry player. You know, a lot of times those wiry guys.
Calvin Brown climbing the ladder with that board in the putback.
They may not look strong, but they do have some strength, as Quadir Croston has shown.
Quadir Croston having a ball game, shooting 80% from the field right now.
Nice drive there by Jordan Wood.
Jordan Wooden with his first points. Majid Del-Wahab kicks it around to Nolan Irby, going to work on Jawan Buckner. Shakes him out of shoes and shakes himself out of shoes. Philadelphia in transition. Draws contact. All right, folks, 50 seconds left to go in this half. Let us know who's the MVP of the first half. And stick around, we have halftime interviews with players from each team. Look at him pirating the game, recording it on his cell phone. It's all right. Juwan Buckner with a step back. Calvin Brown with the board. Morrisana Kamara in transition. Throws it out to Nolan Irby. Has Modge in the corner. Almost steps out of bounds. Being guarded by Jalen Nixon. Morrisana Kamara. All the way jumper.
Saw the mismatch with Kadir Croston on him. Attacked him, hit him with the mid-range pull-up.
Morrisana getting it going. He didn't have a shot attempt through the first quarter. Both of these teams are picking it up. 3 seconds left to go. New York leading 39, Philadelphia 35. Morrisana Kamara, 5 points. Nolan Irby, who didn't have a shot attempt either, 11 points. All right, folks, that's the end of the first quarter, first half of play. New York leading 39, Philly 35.
All right, let's take a look at what's going on here. New York 39-35. Down early in that first quarter, only 9 points. Storm back with a huge quarter with 30 in the second quarter. Nolan Irby, 11 points. Jalen Nixon with 12. AB the Hero is going to be with both of these players right before the break. So in just a moment, we're going to go right here live to AB the Hero with Jalen Nixon.
With Jalen Nixon from the Philadelphia Ballers. Jalen, you guys are trailing right now by 4 points. How do you get back into this ball game?
Just play tough defense, keep playing together, get some stops, and we can turn it right back around.
All right. Right now, Kadir Croston is having a pretty big ball game for you guys coming off the bench. Do you think it's because you guys are here in Philly?
Maybe, I don't know. We just trying to play team ball, get the win.
All right. Families in the building, man. Continue the ball. All right, folks, let's check out some highlights from Jalen Nixon, and we'll be back with Nolan Irby with the second halftime interview. First quarter, 0 shot attempts. Second quarter, you finished with 11 points. What was the difference?
Being aggressive. I seen nothing was working for my team. I decided to try to make something happen for myself.
So you guys crept back in this ball game, 4-point lead. How do you hold on to that with a win going into the playoffs?
Being smart, keeping our composure, staying together, finding our scorers, finding our shooters. Staying together, that's it.
All right, Nolan, great first half of basketball. Continue the ball. All right, folks, let's check out some highlights from Nolan Irby and stick around for the halftime show. So that was the first half of basketball here in Trenton, New Jersey at the Cure Insurance Arena. We have the Philadelphia Ballers taking on the New York Ballers. New York leading 39, Philadelphia 35. We've seen a couple lead changes here. Some outstanding play from Jalen Nixon, Nolan Irby, who we talked to at halftime. Both players did not seem content with the way their teams played going into the end in the first half. What do you think that these two teams need to do to seal a victory up?
Well, New York needs to understand the situation at hand. You know, they lose, then they're 4-4. It extremely affects the playoffs. They win, and possibly get the 3rd seed, which definitely makes things better for them. Philadelphia is all about pride. So if they continue to find Quadir crossing down on the low block, exploit that, I think that if they feed and they play off of him, they have a much better chance to win in the second half.
Definitely. Philadelphia, you can feel them feeling the energy from this crowd. Jalen Nixon's family's here, all of the Nixie Hustles T-shirts, Quadir Crossing, some big blocks, big plays from him. I think that they've got, if they can utilize that energy and that boost from the 6th man in here, they may have a shot. This New York team, a team that's consistent and methodical. They can keep it going, keep playing as a team, they'll have a shot as well. But let's check out some highlights from the first half of play, and we'll be back with another great second half of basketball. Coming to you live, Trenton, New Jersey, Cure Insurance Arena, right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Your main man, AB the Hero, AKA Alan Bell, here with Talking with Fresh, AKA Brandon Williams.
In the flesh.
We've got a ball game on our hands. Starting the second half, New York Ballers leading 39-35 Philadelphia Ballers. Game with playoff implications. If New York loses today, they slide down to 4-4 at 500. Significantly alters their rankings into the playoffs. A win for Philadelphia here today could be just a spark they need to start their playoff run on a hot streak.
Absolutely. You know, we talked about it. You know, there's so many different implications like that this game is going to affect. You know, and Philadelphia is really trying to disrupt all of what's going on with the playoff seeding, and they can really do that because right now, should New York win, you know, it's going to be a four-way, not really a tie because there will be head-to-head deciding factors, but there'll still be 4 teams that will have a 5-3 record. So Atlanta right now is really praying for a New York loss because that'll put them back into the top 4 seeding, which bodes well for them.
Yes. All right, Philadelphia inbounding the ball right now. Bringing it up, Juwan Buckner, Philadelphia native. Very saucy with the dribble. Jalen Nixon, who has been the man for this Philadelphia team all year, finds Elijah Hall, unable to finish at the rim. Philadelphia Ballers to retain possession. Jalen Nixon to inbound. Jalen Nixon has changed shoes also at halftime. Just peeped that as well. Looks like he's rocking some old Soldiers. All right. Jalen Nixon and kicks it back to Juwan Buckner, being guarded by Nolan Irby. Nolan Irby finished that first half with 11 points. Looks like we have Juwan Buckner getting up slow. Might have twisted his ankle as he was diving for that loose ball.
Hard foul there.
Jameer Killen goes down hard.
Yeah, that was one of your moments right there, AB. Are there any easy buckets in the JBA?
There are no easy buckets in the Junior Basketball Association.
But they definitely let Jameer Killen know that, even with his family in attendance, as we see this play right here. Jump stop, but
that Marquise Catalyst Johnson and Jalen Nixon defending the rim for these Philadelphia Ballers here in front of their home crowd. Juwan Buckner still nursing that ankle. Coach James Martin asking, are you ready to come out for a second? He's waving him off.
Well, if you ask any competitor, they're unless their foot is like detached from their leg, they're probably going to say that they don't want to come out of the game, which I actually love it when they do tell you. You got to sometimes be smarter for the player and take them out of their own, get them out of their own way, because they're not going to, you know how it is, they're not going to want to come out. But if he says he can play, then you let him play.
Sometimes that adrenaline just needs to kick in. Once you start running, you don't feel it as Jalen Nixon gets his own rebound. Jameer Killen out in front, unable to pull in the pass. Nolan Irby slowing it down. It's one of the things that this New York team needs to do if they want to win this game. Slow it down, play at their pace. Take the bucket in transition if you got it. If not, go for a cross, as Coach Mark McCullough said in the earlier huddle. Shannon Handy driving, still unable to get a bucket tonight. Jameer Killen with the lay-in. Jameer Killen, Philadelphia native, West Philadelphia to be exact.
His family chimed in last game and said that he first started playing football. They said that he was better at football at first or something like that. But either way, you can see that he looked like a wide receiver. No.
All right, Nolan Irby. Marquise Catalyst Johnson. New York decides not to stop the ball, and it gets the left-handed bucket. Calvin Brown, handoff from Jerry Antoine, attacks the hoop, unable to finish. Morisana Kamara.
That's got to be extremely frustrating. If I'm a coach right there, I might take all 5 of my players off the court just on that alone. Somebody's got to stop the ball there.
Marquise Catalyst Johnson at the top of the key, being guarded by Morisana Kamara. Kicks it around to Shannon Handy, looking to get his first buckets of the day with the reverse lay-in. Goes by Calvin Brown for that bucket. Jerry Antoine. New Yorker. The guy attended Hofstra University for a little bit. Some things happened. Looking for a second opportunity. Ended up here, the Junior Basketball Association. Cash and splash from the free throw line, Jerry Antoine. All right, folks, got a question here. Who do you think is going to end up in the JBA League Championship Finals? Jameer Killen going with the left hand, showing that he got some jelly, long arms. They call him Stretch Armstrong. Jameer Killen section definitely
gadget.
Got it. Height as he went up through contact to finish that ball. Jameer Killen, as I spoke of earlier, is from West Philadelphia. He is born and raised. Say on the playground is where he spent a lot of his days.
I think I've heard that.
Till one day he was maxing out, relaxing all cool, shooting some b-ball outside of school, and ended up here in the Junior Basketball Association.
That's a wonderful story.
Thank you. Taylor Kirkham sizing up Marquise Catalyst Johnson, pulling up. Unable to knock down the fadeaway mid-range jumper.
Well, he kind of double clutched when he shot that.
See what Dallas versus Los Angeles. Dallas, Atlanta, LA, Seattle, any two. LA versus Houston. Got a few different matchups there. Sounds like the parity in this season has some folks confused a little bit. As Juwan Buckner at the free throw line. Taylor Kirkham. Slowing it down for the New York offense, going to work on Marquise Johnson.
I'm not
Picks
sure
up
about
contact.
that. I got to see that one again. I thought that was solid defense right there, but let's see. Little tic-tac. Shahid Arla says triple-double is coming.
One of the things that we talked about during the last broadcast was, with the season coming to an end, which one of these players in this league do we see, or which few of these players, I believe is definitely more than one, who has pro potential to play somewhere at the next level? After this season, let us know in the comments, who do you see having the pro potential to play either overseas, NBA, G League, somewhere post the JBA?
Give us 5. Give us top 5. All right.
Let's go 3.
Okay, top 3. Your top 3 JBA league players that have the potential, like AB said, to play professional basketball after the JBA.
All right, Juwan Buckner driving, kicks it to Elijah Hall. Reverse lay-in.
Nice. Have a tie ball game now.
Nolan Irby did the Calvin Brown. Pump fake, it loses the ball. Jalen Nixon in attack mode. Jordan Wooden over the hands of Calvin Brown, unable to drop it. Jerry Antoine with the board. Nolan Irby finds the ball again. Drives, kicks it to Jerry Antoine. Pulls up for 3. Unable to hit the rim.
Yeah, not the best shot there by Jerry Antoine. All right, so we're starting to get some of them coming in, maybe.
We're not in a rhythm at all. We're watching. We're giving this game away again. Giving this game away again. Not running nothing. Going one-on-one. Nobody knows what's going on. Can we get some kind of rhythm going? Okay? It's on you. Okay? Get our team back in the flow. Defensively, let's get a stop.
Defensive stops and run. Defensive stops and run. Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Like when those coaches challenge them about the intangibles. Run some plays. Get back into this ball game. As we look at the game leaders for the New York Ballers, Calvin Brown, 12 points, 13 boards. When we go back to this list and read some of these comments from people who are talking about who they feel like are the JBA players who can go to the next level, Jarrell Springer, once again, the first name that pops up.
Well, you know, I've personally been extremely high on him, especially since that very first game when he just came out the gate and he just showed me something, because, you know, I saw him in training camp, but, you know, I'm trying to watch 63 other players. You know, I can't spend my entire time, my entire focus solely on one player. But in that game, he definitely showed, you know, I talk about the body that he has, you know, 6'4", 6'5", long, strong, athletic, plays downhill, able to kill you with the mid-range, getting all the way to the rim and finishing through contact. And also he has the ability to shoot it from outside as well. So he's definitely a player who will be making a lot of money playing this game for a long time.
Jerry Antoine with the bucket for the New York Ballers. 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Philadelphia trailing 48, New York 49 as Taylor Kirkham pulls up from 3.
Oh.
Cash and splash.
With that jab step.
Taylor Kirkham can get it going, folks. And once he does, he's a dead-eye shooter.
Looks like our man Curtis Hollis is tuning in, AB. As he's tuning in at the right time, we got fans asking, we're asking fans who they would pick for top 3 players going professional. We definitely see Curtis Hollis' name as well, who I've been high on as well for all season long. 6'6" long.
Curtis
He
Hollis.
scored all 3 levels.
Your favorite player's favorite player, Curtis Hollis. Philadelphia Ballers. With the board, Cordeer Croston grabs his own rebound, unable to get the reverse layup as Jordan Wooden pulls up off the back of the iron. Cordeer Croston, huge game here in their home arena.
Well, you know, I talked about it, you know, we were talking earlier right after halftime, you know, keys for Philadelphia, you know, was to try to establish him on that low block area, and he was able to do. They just missed those first 2, was able to get the offensive rebound and go right back up with it. But he's going to be instrumental for this Philadelphia team, especially he was limited last game. So
Jerry Antoine, 3-on-1. Morisana Kamara unable to finish in transition. Contact by Jordan Wooden, called for a foul. It's no easy buckets in the Junior Basketball Association, folks. Danielle Flores says Jalen Nixon is a superstar.
Coach James Martin is calling for a full timeout, trying to get the troops resettled.
They say Jalen Nixon, Curtis Hollis from Houston, LaMelo Ball, definitely in the top 5 players.
One possession. Every time we slow it down, we get a good shot. We get a good look at the basket. Every time they were patient, we get a good look at the basket. Anytime we're rushing, you see what happened. They're running on a fast break. They got numbers. We're controlling the game. We don't have to rush. One possession at a time. Way to rebound the ball. Big time. Way to get after it. Okay? Just calm down. Did you see what you just did right there? How you cut that guy? I know you can play defense.
Guys, again, play the game. That time you went on your talent. It got you in trouble. That's what I'm talking about, learning the game. You had to slow down, but remember what I always tell you. That's gone. We can't correct that. Go to the next thing. Let's go to the next thing.
Keep going. Keep pushing. Let's go. Come on.
Coach, you heard Coach Kibu Stewart tell this Philadelphia team what we've heard Coach James Martin tell them all season long. When you got the lead, play smart basketball. Play like you got the lead. When you're trailing, there's different shots that you need to take at different points in the ball game. As he reiterated that to them right there, as we look at August 3rd, Chicago, Illinois, JBA League All-Star Game, 3-point contest, slam dunk contest. It is coming, Chicago, Illinois. Check out Ticketmaster, get your tickets. You can't be in the building, tune in to the live stream. But trust me, it's gonna be Liddy again. Liddy again.
Are we gonna get the tune with that?
Not that time, because I had to initiate it myself.
Gotcha. You know, it's a very good possibility that your boy might be in that 3-point contest.
It's not a possibility.
It is a possibility. All things are possible. You know, Sunday, so the Bible says that all things are possible. I'm speaking into existence.
All right. Cordeer Croston, top of the key for the Philadelphia Ballers. Looking for that good shot.
Oh.
coaches were talking about, and they found it from Jordan Wooden. Takes a wide open three-pointer.
They needed that.
Oh, Taylor Kirkham getting saucy. Unable to finish. Juwan Buckner slowing it down, starting it up, setting it up for the Philadelphia Ballers. As you spoke of earlier, Quadir Crossing on the block. Finds Elijah Hall, cutting to the basket. A bucket for this Philadelphia team.
Well, it started with getting that ball to Quadir Crossing. A nice cut there by Elijah Hall for the Philadelphia Ballers.
The Devil Hob. Beautiful move on the dribble, finding Jameer Killen.
West Philadelphia.
The jump hook. Jameer Killen's section is deep. Juwan Buckner finding Jalen Nixon, trying to find Quadir Crossing again. Jalen Nixon pulls up, unable to hit. New York with the rebound. Like Philadelphia ball, Jalen Nixon able to step in front of that pass.
Fans do not like that call. Let's see this right here. They got it right.
It's basically Philly on Philly right there.
But that was the right call. It hit right off of Jameer Killen's face. Good call. Hey, 6 to 6 shift AB says, AB and Fresh, you all need a JBA podcast ASAP.
ASAP, ASAP.
Dun, 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 dun.
As you see after that timeout, this Philadelphia team playing a lot more intentional basketball. Jalen Nixon called for travel.
His family definitely is not agreeing with that call on Jalen Nixon, but I do believe he shuffled his feet just ever so slightly.
Shout out once again to the in-house DJ, B. Jones.
Shout out to B. Jones.
B. Jones Beats. Show B. Jones some love on the social medias. Producer, Ball in the Family, Kylie Kuzma, a few other tracks. Jalen Nixon in the lane, unable to finish. Morsana Kamara out on the break. Jordan Wooden almost caught an elbow right there from Morsana Kamara as he was trying to step through. That would not have been good if that would have landed.
Morsana, he comes like a
looks like a
rocket.
Yeah, like a pit bull.
Pit bull.
That's going downhill. Chomping at the bit.
Yeah, I love the way he plays.
Riley Schultz is watching this game while fishing in Minnesota. He is living his best life.
Kind of dark outside.
It's the best time to fish.
Well, it's been a while since I haven't been fishing in quite some time.
Dixie Hustle tees on full display. Morsana Kamara, 12 points, 4 assists. Juwan Buckner driving on Jameer Killen. Draws contact. 2 seconds left to go in this third quarter. New York Ballers leading 60, Philadelphia 55.
Jerry Antoine does not agree with that. Felt that he was straight up on that play, but just got him with the body apparently.
Coming to you live from Trenton, New Jersey. Right outside of Philadelphia, PA. My name is Alan Bell, AKA at AB the Hero. I'm here with Brandon Williams, AKA at Talking with Fresh.
And that is our social media handles if you didn't catch that.
And we have the New York Ballers taking on the Philadelphia Ballers. If you're just now tuning in, New York is leading 60, Philadelphia 56. This has been a ball game we've seen multiple lead changes. This is a game with playoff implications as this New York team tries to fight off finishing 500. So a win here today, they'll be 5-3 on the season. And they'll be in that second place and that four-way tie for second place in the Junior Basketball Association heading into the playoffs. Juwan Buckner pulls up. Beats the clock, but does not sink the basket, folks. That is the end of the third quarter. New York 60, Philadelphia 56. Heading into the fourth quarter. This game started off as probably the lowest scoring first quarter of basketball in the history of the Junior Basketball Association. Picking it up today, I'd be surprised if these teams broke 100 though. All right. Coach Kibu Stewart trying to coach these Philadelphia Ballers into their second win of the season, 1-6 right now. The sole team at the bottom of the JBA standings, him and Deacon Martin, Coach James Martin, trying to build some momentum as we head into the playoffs. This New York squad who has been on a roller coaster, started this season 0-2, went on a 3-game winning streak, lost a game, won their last ball game, looking to get another win here today. This New York squad doing it by committee once again. Nolan Irby, 11 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. Calvin Brown, 14 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists. Morisana Kamara, 13 points. Morisana and Nolan Irby finished the first quarter of play with 0 points, 0 shot attempts. Now they're both 2 and 3 respectively, leading this New York team in scoring.
Well, they're going to need both of these players to close out this fourth quarter. And the great thing about Morisana Kamara is, as we see the score by quarters, this New York team at a very, very slow start. 30 big points, all tied up in terms of the quarters in the third quarter. But Morisana Kamara especially is going to have to be the driving force for this New York Ballers team to close this game out, to get to 5-3 to close out the season.
Taylor Kirkham kicking it to Calvin Brown. Pulls up, rattles in and out. Jalen Nixon with 17 points. Averaging 24 points on the season for the Philadelphia Ballers.
Got a wedgie right there.
All right. As we get this fourth quarter started, let us know, who do you think is going to win this game? Close ball game so far, 2-point game. New York leading 60-58. Who do you think pulls this game out as we close down the home stretch and the final game of this inaugural season of the Junior Basketball Association?
Oh, the ball just came to me, guys.
The ball just barely missed Brandon's head.
See, what they were trying to tell me is they want me to shoot it.
Nah, I think that it went over your head so you wouldn't shoot it. It's Marquise Johnson inbounds. Jordan Wooden kicks it back to Marquise, to Catalyst Johnson, being guarded by Taylor Kirkham. drives in. Ended up with a decent look. Unable to knock it down, though. Jalen Nixon. 9 seconds on the shot clock for the Philadelphia Ballers. Jordan Wooden with a
ball game.
Jordan Wooden finding Elijah Hall. A beautiful play and lay-in. Majid Wahab.
Oh, Jalen Nixon
Blocked by
stare down.
Jalen Nixon sends that ball into the stands and looks at him and says, hey, man, even if it's a three-pointer, no easy buckets.
I like when he says, hey, get that shot out of here.
And then Maj says, now you got to go get it. You hit it, you get it. All right.
Uh-oh.
Taylor Kirkham called for a travel. Tried to get saucy. A little too saucy.
Too saucy for the referee, apparently. I wasn't sure if he actually shuffled his feet or not.
We'd have to see that again. I wasn't sure either. Jordan Wooden being guarded by Nolan Irby. Kicks it to Quadir. The Tarantula Croston. Marquise Johnson unable to knock down the three-point bucket. New York ball. Francis Mensah attacking the basket.
Good drive
Getting
there.
back out on defense. I love that. Finishes at the rim, and he's the first person down court playing defense on Quadir Croston. Ball off the hands of Elijah Hall. All right, Nolan Irby brings the ball up the court, kicks it to Calvin Brown. Gets it back to Nolan Irby. Jalen Nixon. Call for a foul. It's like his third personal foul. Brandon Thornton says New York will win and Mo Kamara will be the player of the game. Making his predictions with 8 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this ball game.
That was a good drive there by Taylor Kirkham. You know, most teams across this league respect him for his outside shooting. Nice jab step and drove hard to the middle. Put up there with the right hand, got fouled.
Taylor Kirkham misses a free throw. It's unusual for him.
Coach James Martin says ball doesn't lie. Out here doing the Cupid shuffle. You know, that's the first time I've heard that one. I might have to steal that from him, actually.
He said that he was doing a Cupid shuffle?
That's what he said.
Oh, my. Out here doing the cha-cha slide, huh? Jordan Wooden, step back. Unable to knock it down. Nolan Irby out in transition for the New York Ballers. Loses it, gets it to Calvin Brown, being guarded by Quadir Croston. Calvin Brown drives.
Good rebound
unable
there.
to get the floater. Juwan Buckner to the basket.
Nice drive there.
Saucy finish from Juwan Buckner. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania native. Nola Irby going right back at him. Francis Mensah goes up, but a big block from Elijah Hall. Strong defensive possession from the Philadelphia Ballers. Down by 1 point. 7 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Juwan Buckner with those gumdrop Millows on. Like those shoes. Marquise Johnson being guarded by Taylor Kirkham. Loses it out of bounds.
Not the greatest possession there by Philadelphia. Marquise Johnson, as you heard Coach Martin, the possession before, was hollering out, get into some offense, run a set, see if we can get an easy bucket, even though, as you say, there typically aren't any easy buckets in the Junior Basketball Association, but it's a lot easier playing team ball than one-on-one.
Calvin Brown continuing to go to work for this New York Ballers Ball Club. Devin Haight is no longer playing with the Philadelphia Ballers. Jalen Nixon. Shot clock violation on the Philadelphia Ballers. New York happy with that defensive possession. Patricia Walker says Philly is doing a good job on this game. Calvin Brown pulls up for three. Unable to knock that down. Juwan Buckner comes down, pulls up for three. He's feeling it.
Buckets.
Splash and cash. Marsana Kamara finds Calvin Brown, who had another wide open three attempt, decided to pull that one down. Kicked it over to Jerry Antoine. Jalen Nixon being told to slow it down by Coach James Martin. So he gets it to Juwan Buckner. Jalen Nixon going to work. Saucy finish. Jalen Nixon just pulled the chicken out of the oven, folks, and it's looking well done. Seasoned and saucy. Philadelphia with the lead, 67-65 over the New York Ballers. 5 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in this ball game. Let's check out this move here. Up and under, reverse lay-in with the left hand, folks.
Finishing with the left, I like it.
Jalen Nixon can do it all.
Melo said, where my shot out? Are you talking about LaMelo Ball?
Tell Melo he got to jump in the comment section if he wants to shout out.
Yeah, you can't
even though we just shouted him out
We ain't doing
already.
no third-party shout-outs now. Let him know I said it, Harrison.
Let him know I said it, Harrison. I said it. All right. Juwan Buckner.
That's my dog, though. I love young Melo.
Bringing it up. Finds Quadir Crossing. Philadelphia team fighting right now on the boards. Unable to get a bucket on that possession. Jameer Killen.
He's got to give that one up.
That right there was that hometown, I want a bucket in front of my people move. There's a timeout call by the
Brandon, what's up,
Ballers.
Brandon? B Will 2.0. Me and B Will gonna have a 3-point shootout contest. We gotta settle this whole B Will situation. Who the real top dog 3-point shooter in the JBA is.
We really don't, okay? We really don't have to rush. Keep playing great hustle. See that? Great hustle, baby. Make reads and offensive execution. Okay, we have gone in with Marquise here. Go in with Joy. Now y'all switch up now. Switch up, cross side. Switch up and stuff. Hey, make a read. I done sat here and told you how to make that read, right? Okay, Elijah, you got to get out of there. As soon as you see Elijah get out of there, that's your read. But don't force it. If you don't, kick it back over to Jay. Kick it over to Qua. Qua, you get to Jay, turn down here.
All right, let's look at the game leaders for the Philadelphia Ballers. Jalen Nixon, 19 points, 7 boards. Juwan Buckner, 15 points, 8 boards, 5 assists. Quadir Croston having himself a ball game, 12 buckets, 5 rebounds. Calvin Brown, 16 points, 14 boards. A double-double on the night.
All right, so now B Will, we're gonna settle this. You named the date. I'm gonna be ready. 3-point shootout.
Jalen Nixon putting his whole body into that crossover. Shot clock violation. Enrique Sanchez throwing out that fire emoji. Please don't do that, because earlier the comments got set on fire.
Oh yeah, we had to cool it off. Put some water on it.
Calvin Brown trying to go to work. Quadir Croston with a steal. We see these JBA ballers on the ground. Calvin Brown able to find the ball, call a timeout to retain possession.
It's good presence of mind there by Calvin Brown to jump on that. Call the timeout. Retain possession, as you said. Brandon Willis says, whenever you're ready, my guy. I'm ready, man. I'm always ready.
Trisha Walker says, shout out to the DJ.
Shout out
B.
to
Jones got it rocking in here.
Yeah, he set it off when he played that chicken noodle soup, baby.
We did. Justin Santos says, does the JBA have an all-star weekend, 3-point contest and dunk contest? Somebody let him know.
It's really that simple. They can't stop it. It's you guys who stopping yourselves. Well, we got 22 on the shot clock. As soon as we figure that out, I'll let you guys know what we in the offense. Okay?
4 minutes, fellas. 4 minutes. What do we want to do? How do we want to finish this game out?
Hey, let's go, Cake. All right? Let's get to Nolan and whoever's setting the screen. Okay? Make sure you stationary. Make sure you beat there. Don't forget to set the screen. That's what y'all did first play of the game.
Coach challenging his team right there. Let him know, hey, you beat yourself. They can't stop the plays when we call them. The only person stopping them is us when we make mental errors. It's New York Ball Club, 4-3 right now. Looking to get a win, finishing 5-3 on the season.
Is this going to be the game that we have a walk-off buzzer beater?
It's a close ball game. I would not be surprised. Nolan Irby, saucy dribble, kicks it to Calvin Brown, pulls it up, beats the shot clock, but does not get the bucket. New York with the rebound. Philadelphia, some very stingy defense on that possession. Trying to get it down to Jalen Nixon, being guarded by Nolan Irby.
Hey, AB, it's your boy Melo here. He's on Harrison's phone. How we know that, Melo? What's up, Melo? Love you, boy. If that's really low.
Melo, a.k.a. Harrison Rieger, a.k.a. Melo Dip, a.k.a. MB1, a.k.a. rigor mortis, could be all of y'all.
It's all of y'all combined, all y'all put together.
Calvin Brown at the free throw line for these New York Ballers. Calvin Brown trying to get the lead with 2 clutch free throws here. Unable to knock down the first one.
Deacon Martin says, ball don't lie, AB. Shout out to King Trill. What's going on?
Missed both of them. Shout out to AB the hero since we're giving shout out. Nah.
You want to shout out yourself?
Shout myself out real quick. As Juwan Buckner slows it down for this Philadelphia team. Heard Coach Kibu Stewart say it earlier. When we wait for our shot, we find an easy one. Nolan Irby out in transition.
Got numbers.
Finds Calvin Brown.
Oh.
Calvin Brown through contact. Left-handed. Calvin Brown says, hey, man, I'm from Strong Island.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Juwan Buckner getting up slow. Earlier, we seen him be very cautious with that ankle earlier. This time, it looks like he's holding his leg. Goes up here. Just comes down on the wrong. It's hard to see what happened on that play. Definitely in pain.
I'm hoping he just hyperextended something. Or he might have a cramp or something. I'm trying to see exactly how he's positioned right now.
Looks like it could be a cramp.
Oh, looks like he tweaked his right ankle.
Yep, the ankle. Getting up slow. Walking him off the court. Trainer Chris, Elijah Hall. Fans giving him an ovation as he.
This is tough. This is going to be tough for this Philadelphia team because Juwan is their point guard. They really don't have a backup point guard. Jordan Wooden can play the point, but he operates more as a 2, you know, in my eyes. So they're going to have to lean on Jordan to get this team in the offense and kind of settle down. So that's tough. I hate it for Philadelphia. I hate it for Juwan. Representing Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Sure, Jordan Wooden is up to the challenge. This is here where your character is on display, where legends are made. When you're called to duty, next man up. Jordan Wooden brings it up. Morisana Kamara guarding it. Kicks it around the moat. Marquise the Catalyst Johnson being guarded by Nolan Irby. Mismatch goes by him.
Oh, nice.
Buckets. You can hear the entire audience seeing that mismatch, and they were calling for him to go one-on-one with Nolan Irby on that last possession. Majid Delwahab, Upper Darby, Kansas. Upper Darby, Pennsylvania.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Jerry Antoine steps through. Unable to get the runner to go. Jordan Wooden with a big rebound. Philadelphia leading 69-68. 2 minutes left to go in this ball game, and we got a close one. As the comment says, uh-oh, it's time to go.
It's a big possession here for Philadelphia to make this a possible
Marquise Johnson
game.
Call for a travel. All right, it's a close ball game. We need these predictions now. Here it is, just locking in here. Make your prediction right now. We're locking it in.
No changing
for the rest of the game. Minute and 40 seconds left. Trenton, New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia. Morisana Kamara pulls up, unable to knock down the 3. Philadelphia ball. As we check out Juwan Buckner. Grimace in there, definitely pain in his face. A lot of folks still saying Philly. Philadelphia to win this game. Philadelphia with the upset. It's looking like it's what's happening in the comment section right now. Some New York wins here as well, but it's overwhelming Philadelphia fans. Hunter Williams even gives out the score. Philly by 4. Minute and 30 seconds left in this ball game. Coming to you live from Trenton, New Jersey. My name is Alan Bell, a.k.a. AB the Hero. I'm here with Brandon Williams, a.k.a. Talking with Fresh. Philadelphia ball is going to work. Marquise Johnson, last time he was guarded by Nolan Irby, got to the basket with a saucy finish. Nolan Irby with some strong defense, forcing the Marquise to pull up from half court almost. A very poor offensive possession from the Philadelphia Ballers.
Yeah, that's definitely not what they were looking for there.
Nolan Irby stepped up to the challenge there. Guarded Marquise Catalyst Johnson. Solid defense.
1 minute left, AB.
Philadelphia leading by 1 point. Timeout from the New York Ballers coach. This New York team has some experience playing in overtime. Last ball game versus Atlanta went into overtime off the back of a Nigel Chaney three-pointer. New York wants to...
Next play. It's over.
Hey, that's on me.
It's over.
That's on me. My fault. My fault. Stay focused. That's on me. I ain't gave y'all no help down the stretch. I gave you guys no help down the stretch. Now y'all got to help yourself on defense. Everything else is me. I've done nothing to help you down the stretch. Cover me up. That's all I'm asking y'all to do. Just cover me up. Okay?
Right here.
Tee it up. Tee it up.
We got to be smart now. Come on. We got to be. Hey. Come on, let's go. Yeah, you go on this side.
See that big block from Jalen Nixon there. I like what Coach Martin did there to start that huddle. Took ownership of one of his own mental mistakes. Asked the team, all right, now cover up my mistake and play this defensive possession here.
Well, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for one stop right here. Lock in, talk, communicate, whatever it takes. Box out, finish the play by getting the rebound or turnover, forcing a turnover, whatever you have to do. That's what you're looking for your team to do.
Juwan Buckner heading back to the locker room. Hopping back on 1 foot. This Philadelphia team hates to see him go.
Andrew Curry, we got you, sir.
Game.
Shout out to you.
Game going down to crunch time here.
Oh.
Marquise Johnson calling for a foul right there.
They got fouls to give, so it's not a big deal. It's not going to decide the game. Want to make sure everybody's calm out there.
Coaches for Philadelphia Ballers not happy with that call. Zach Willett says Nixie hustle with the buzzer beater. Morsana Kamara in tag mode. Knocks it off his leg. Philadelphia ball looking to extend the lead on this possession here.
Interesting substitution here. We have Taylor Kirkham coming in for Maj Abdelwahab.
Bringing a shooter on the court.
Well, not just that, they're looking for someone that's also smart. As you see, there's a half-court trap right here.
Philadelphia with the trap, forces a turnover.
I love the call, AB, because it was unexpected. right out of a turn of themselves, you make the substitution and you call that to get the trap, to get the turnover. Excellent play call there by Coach Marvin McCullough.
Marvin McCullough, we've said that already. Him and Coach Robert Sticks Mitchell played basketball on some very high levels, very intellectual coaches of this game.
Let's see what they have to say in this huddle right here, AB.
Set the screen. Don't go halfway. Go a little bit further, all right? Now go to ball, look over. If Nolan's open, go Nolan first, okay? Go Nolan first in the French. In the French. So we got Cal on the ball, on the opposite the ball. Okay, the ball's here. Cal, you hurry up and get down here, okay? We got man set the screen. We got man set the screen for Nolan. Cal, walk him in and give it to him. Okay, come on.
Game leaders right now, Calvin Brown 18 and 15. Looks like, as to be expected, they want to get the ball in the hands of Nolan Irby here. He's going to be their playmaker. He's going to decide if he gets the bucket or if he's getting it to Calvin Brown.
Here he is right here.
Jordan Wooden playing some tight defense. Nolan Irby goes right by him. Now here's where you become clutch at. Going to the free throw line. 26 seconds left in this ball game. Last game of the season. Playoff implications. Down by 1. Got 2 shots here. You need both of them. Misses the first one. That right there is that Philadelphia home court advantage that we've been talking about earlier in the ball game. Misses both of them. Philadelphia with the board. Marquise Johnson dribbling through New York Ballers, able to draw a foul.
Well, here's the thing. They're not in the bonus yet, so they got to foul again. Or actually a couple more times just to get inside into the bonus. Oh, wait a minute.
Marquise Johnson head to the free throw line.
But they have it wrong up here. So they are in the bonus.
This is a big buckets for him.
This is a pro New York crowd right now.
This crowd definitely is split down the middle. Because when he made it, it was just as loud as when he was attempting that shot. Marquise the Catalyst Johnson sinks the first free throw. Philadelphia leading 70. New York 68. Sinks them both. The Catalyst is clutch.
And this is what New York has to understand. They do not need a three-point shot here. All right? They do not need a three-point shot. So let's see what Marvin McCullough is going to draw after this timeout.
You go first. Listen, you got to break right there. We're not fouling. No three-point shooters. We're not fouling. Give them their space. We're just putting our hand up and contesting. Okay? And we're rebounding the ball.
Hold your thought. You know three-point shots coming long. So everybody don't turn and get complacent. Get your man, block out, and everybody go at the 50-50 ball.
When you get it, they're going to foul right away. So hold it strong and keep your arms out, all right? Let's go. Hey, let's go.
All you need is one defensive stand. You need one defensive stand.
So,
and when you give
All right. We heard what the Philadelphia coaches are telling their squad. But what I want to know is, from you all watching at home, what do you think is happening right now in that New York huddle? Are they going for a two? trying to play defense or fouling and getting the ball back, or are they going for all of the money right here with 20 seconds left in this ball game? Let us know in the comments, what do you think this New York squad needs to do right now to come out with a W? We're going to pin some of the top posts.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if I'm New York, I'm trying to get this ball to Calvin Johnson. Let me see if I can get him going downhill, maybe off of a handoff. And hopefully I can see if he can get an and one and tie this ball game up. Because I'm not really trying to get a three-point shot right here.
Kicks it into Morrisana Majid-Delwahab, who loses it, but Calvin Brown gets it. Nolan Irby pulling up from deep. Cash and splash. Nolan Irby ties the ball game. Jalen Nixon bringing it up the court. Picks up his dribble, kicks it to Elijah Hall, driving to the basket. Unable to finish. New York with the ball. Calvin Brown with the timeout. 4.9 seconds left to go.
Here's the thing. They can advance the ball, AB. 4.9 seconds, like you said. Big shot by Nolan Irby to tie this ball game up. We might have our first buzzer beater. I've been begging for it, AB.
Here we go.
Right here.
Here we go, folks. We got a ball game. I told you earlier. Stick with us.
Rebound, Cal. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, you here. Mo, you take it out, Mo. Okay? Same thing, the elevator. Okay? Taylor, you here in the elevator? This is Taylor here. Okay, this is Taylor, this is Cal. Cal, you're going to set the screen for Taylor. Okay. All right? Mo, you're going to run across again. But if Mayor's open right here, make sure you brush Cal. If Mayor's open, give him the ball for a layup. Okay, going towards his left. All right? No, you here, you're coming off. As he's coming across, you're coming up, elevate the screen. If Mayor's open, give him the ball. Let's go.
All right. That play right there, they're looking to get it to Jameer Killen. If Jameer Killen makes this shot here in front of this Philadelphia crowd,
oh my God,
it's gonna be Liddy again. Liddy again. Trust me, already. It's already hyping here.
We got some kids behind us getting me hyped right now.
Yeah. I'm about to start dancing there. Philadelphia showed up and they showing out right now. It's a combination of the DJ and it's just Philadelphia is out here ruckus and raucous out here in Trenton, New Jersey. Folks, what do you think? Is this an overtime game? Or does New York win it here?
It's either free basketball or New York says, nope, it's a wrap. We're going home with the dub. Nolan Irby, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Just makes the shot of his life for this JBA New York ball season.
Majid-Delwahab loses it. Calvin Brown finds Nolan Irby, who pulls up. Almost got fouled by Kadir Cross in there. Lucky they didn't call that.
So what you're telling is we're switching everything right here. Now, here's the thing. Does Philadelphia have a foul to give? They have a foul to give. You got a foul right here.
Trying to get... Nolan Irby pulls up. The clock didn't start. The clock in-house did not start until after he took that shot. All right, referees trying to sort this out. Looks like right now the call on the court is timeout Philadelphia. All right, folks, it's a very tight ball game, 71-71.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Let's get it stopped. Don't foul. Don't foul. Don't foul. Match up. You're behind your man and don't gamble. I'm sorry.
They send somebody, switch everything. Okay? They send somebody to the post.
Gamble.
Do not let them get a good post entry pass.
Gamblers. Don't gamble. We don't need it still. It's going to stop. Defense on overtime. We're going OT. On 3, defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
All right, so now I do want to acknowledge something. Earlier in the comments, I seen somebody say Jalen Nixon with the game winner.
He did say that.
Now, if that happens here, I'm going to go through. I'm going to have, I got to do the post-game interviews, but I'm going to have B. Will find that comment. And we're going to screenshot it or something.
Good luck with that.
All right. Everybody in the building right now knows who Philadelphia wants to get the ball to. Jalen Nixon with 2 seconds. As he cuts to the basket, loses it. Lost it on the initial catch. Got it back, pulled up, unable to hit it. We're going to overtime, folks.
Free basketball tonight.
That is the end of regulation. 71-71, New York Ballers taking on the Philadelphia Ballers. This is a game who has playoff implications. It is between a team, between teams with Philadelphia, who's only won one ball game this season, but they don't want to finish this season 1-7.
No.
They want to at least get to 2-6. They'll be tied with Chicago. They'll head-to-head. They'll probably still be last in the playoff standings, but that's a lot more momentum to go into the playoffs with a W than on a 4 or 5 game losing streak.
Absolutely. And shout out to New York for the stick-to-itiveness as Marquise Johnson has received with a nice drive there. You know, getting that stop, that trap that they called, and then Nolan Irby sticking with it right here, knocking down that three.
Nolan Irby with a very clutch basket here after missing 2 free throws, comes back and knocks down a 3 from Jupiter to send this game into overtime. Some calls down the stretch you can see Coach James Martin was not happy with. But folks, I'm excited to be going into overtime. This is the final game of the historic inaugural season of the Junior Basketball Association. What a way to end this regular season than an overtime game.
It is fitting. And I was really hoping for a buzzer beater. You know, I've been calling for one all season long. We have not had one just yet. At some point during the season, we got to have a walk-off buzzer beater shot.
We still got time with 5 minutes left to play in this ball game. Coming to you live from Trenton, New Jersey. My name is Alan Bell, a.k.a. at AB the Hero. I'm here with Brandon Williams, a.k.a. at Talking with Fresh.
Go follow that man right now.
And follow that man, Brandon Williams, as well. Marquise the Catalyst Johnson out in transition. Nolan Irby pulls up, lets him have the basket there. This New York squad. This game has had several lead changes. Philadelphia starting this overtime period with 2 strong defensive possessions, forcing 2 turnovers as Jordan Wood is being guarded by Taylor Kirkham. Marquise Johnson with Nolan Irby on him earlier in the ball game. Philadelphia was looking to exploit this mismatch here with Marquise Johnson driving to the basket. They've gone back to it.
That wasn't good help defense there by Maj Abdel-Wahab. He needs to step up and cut that off and make Marquise kick that out to the wing.
Calvin Brown kicks it back to Nolan Irby. Nolan Irby driving to the basket, finds Taylor Kirkham. He can knock that down. Misses it. Rebound Philadelphia. Marquise the Catalyst Johnson got that look in his eye. Philadelphia settling down. Marquise pulls up. He was feeling it. That was a heat check. Hands back in the hands of Maj Abdel-Wahab, Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. Cash and splash.
1, 2, 3, count them.
1-point ball game. Maj is from Upper Darby. It's pretty much a suburb of West Philadelphia, so he's got some folks in the building today who are here to see him play as he knocked down that ball. They went wild in the building. This New York Ball Club with 2 players from the Philadelphia area on it. Maj Abdel-Wahab and Jameer Killen. Jameer Killen, who made the JBA League at the Philadelphia tryout, was then placed on the New York Ball Club. Jalen Nixon gets a bucket, stretching his lead back out to 3. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this overtime period. Maj Abdel-Wahab wide open again. Maj ties the ball game up. As Upper Darby
is in the building.
Pennsylvania is sitting right behind us, folks. It's a family affair here. Trenton, New Jersey. Morisana Kamara called for a foul. As Philadelphia tries to get the ball into Jalen Nixon. The basket from Maj Abdel-Wahab was not a three-pointer. They called it a two-pointer. Still a one-point game. Philadelphia leading. Jalen Nixon starting to go to work. Loses it. Pulls a runner up. Gets his own board. Goes back up with it. Extends the lead. Back out to 3. New York. Maj Abdel-Wahab. Rim grazer package out in transition. Another one-point ball game. No time for celebrations.
And New York failed to box out in that previous possession by Philadelphia. Got to do a better job of the defensive end if they want to come back and win this game. Much better help that time by Abdel-Wahab.
Kicking it down on Elijah Hall. Finds Jalen Nixon. Pulls up, unable to hit it right before the shot clock. Buzzer goes off. Oh, beautiful pass. Nolan Irby. Taylor Kirkham brings it back out. Finds Calvin Brown with the two-handed flush. Calvin Brown, Strong Island. New York with the lead. New York 80, Philadelphia 79. Throwing it down to Jalen Nixon off the glass. Oh. Jalen Nixon. What a move. Philadelphia takes the lead. Morisana Kamara drives, unable to finish. New York retains possession. 48 seconds left to go. We're coming to you live. Trenton, New Jersey. Right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We have a ball game, folks, in overtime right now. Philadelphia leads 81, New York 80. It is Liddy again in here. Absolutely. I know I keep having to say that, but the folks in here from Philadelphia, New Jersey showed up, and they're involved in this game.
I need you guys to we're doing the same thing 15 times in a row. 25 times in a row. They've been running the same thing. Okay? They got a guy here that they're giving the ball to. They got post up. This guy has the ball. He's giving the ball. He's going through. Stuff over. Act like you're going through. Pick up this man that's cutting. You go double team. Got it? You got it? You understand? You're on the weak side, right? Stuff over, okay? You on the weak side too? Stuff over, okay? Cal, I want you on that post. Okay, I want you on that post, and y'all switch. Don't try to go down there and manhandle. Play guard defense, okay? Y'all switch. You on this side, whatever big is over here, Cal's down low. All right? Yeah, I know. Hey, we didn't count.
Folks, I know y'all love them peeks inside the huddle, but I wish y'all could see what's happening in this building. Oh, beautiful play. Alley-oop to Calvin Brown.
Calvin Brown says, let's go.
New York goes up by 1. Beautiful pass. Beautiful execution on that inbounds play.
This is what we call brings it up. Winning time, AB. Who wants the ball in winning time? What do you do in these situations right here?
Trying to get it to Jalen Nixon, who's wide open. Big rebound by Elijah Hall. Tosses it to Morisana Kamara. Has Nolan Irby slowing it down.
It's a smart move there by Nolan Irby.
Jordan Wooden strips it away from him. 15 seconds left to go in the ball game. Philly down by 1. Jordan Wooden pulls up for 3. Misses it. 5 seconds left to go. New York by 1. There was there's 2 times in that last possession where Jalen Nixon had the ball, and I wanted to see him make a play, and he deferred it to Jordan Wooden. That sequence of basketball is going to be something that after this game is over, he's going to watch, and he's going to be sick to his stomach. All right, folks, coming to you live, Trenton, New Jersey. Right outside of Philadelphia. We have a very close ball game, 82-81, overtime. New York with the ball, 5 seconds left. What do you do right now if you're Philadelphia?
You got to foul. As soon as that ball gets in, you have to foul. I mean, you could try to, pressure defense, try to get a 5-second count. That'll probably be the first thing I'm telling them. Guard tough. But as soon as that ball is touched by a New York player, you have to foul. Hopefully he misses or whatever the case may be, and just try your chances on the opposite end. The game is not over. They can still tie this ball game up or go up, depending on how New York handles this possession right here.
Zach Willett is still calling for a Nixie hustle buzzer beater. As we see here, tail of the tape. Both teams not shooting it well from behind the arc. As we've seen Philadelphia take 2 3-point attempts there. Only needed a 2-point bucket to take the lead.
This was interesting. Philadelphia elected not to take the ball in the front court after that timeout to advance the ball.
Philadelphia hoping to get a steal here. Fouls Calvin Brown. Calvin Brown, a pretty solid free throw shooter.
So we're in the bonus now.
Calvin Brown has struggled tonight from the free throw line. 33%, 2 for 6. 3 seconds left. Philly still has timeouts left. They can get a Calvin Brown miss here. He get a board and a timeout could send this game into second overtime. As Calvin Brown knocks down the first one. This Philadelphia crowd is hyped for this New York squad.
Now, another thing to remember, this is NBA rules, so they can call timeout and advance the ball. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. You see Coach QB Stewart is saying, I want the ball right here in front of our bench on this side.
Calvin Brown, clutch from the free throw line. 2 big buckets. Told you before that shot, he was shooting 2 for 6, 33%. Knocks down 2 big ones on his arm.
We got it right here now.
Okay. We're going to take it out right here. We're going to go straight across. Marquise, you all the way over. Everybody going to scream that way, to your left. You got to get on the 3-point line. So start it down on, everybody start on foul line extended. Jay gonna pass it in. Okay? You gonna be here. When you set your screen, you pop back up. We're gonna try to get you coming this way, my piece. Got it? You understand, man? Everybody's screening that way. You're gonna be first, you're gonna be second, you're gonna be third, you're gonna be fourth. So switch up, switch up. We
Philadelphia coaches are reminding their players that they have an extra timeout, but it looks like they're going to try to get Marquise Johnson open to tie the ball game with a three-point shot. Coach James Martin's been coaching for over 30 years, AB. He's been in these situations many a times in his coaching career. I'm pretty sure he has all types of plays for these certain situations. Let's see if they can execute it right here.
Oh, he's got a good look. Oh, off the back of the rim. That is drawing up the best way you could. Folks, that is the ball game. New York Ballers 84, Philadelphia 81. Marquise Johnson, just how they drew it up. Perfect look at the basket, hits the back of the iron. That is the ball game. Overtime.
What a ball game, folks. New York winning 5 out of their last 6 games, 84-81. Nolan Irby ties the ball game up in regulation. Just seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nip and tuck here in the overtime. Philadelphia just couldn't close it out at the end. Tough season for the Philadelphia Ballers. They finish 1-7. Now let's look at the final standings here. Los Angeles sits atop at 6-2. Seattle, New York now winning the tiebreaker, be 5-3 with Dallas. The top 4 teams there. Atlanta sits at 5-3 at the 5th place. Houston, Chicago, then Philadelphia. Calvin Brown standing here with AB the Hero. Let's see what they got to say.
Here with Calvin Brown for the New York Ballers. Calvin, you guys did it by committee today. You with 24 points leading the way. But can you talk to how it felt to have this 6th man in here? You guys got a couple Philly guys on your team, and Philadelphia showed up for you New York Ballers. How did that feel?
It felt good to have help off the bench. We needed it. We needed all the power. We started the game sloppy. We gave them. We basically tried to almost gave them the game in the first quarter. So when they came in and they started getting the juices flowing, it felt great.
This is a 2nd overtime win for you guys in a row. How does that add to your momentum going into the playoffs?
I mean, if you win 2 tough games in a row, you're going to feel like Iron Man, you know what I'm saying? We feel great. We're going to go into the playoffs. We're not going to get complacent. We're going to keep playing hard and try to come out with the championship.
All right, folks. Calvin Brown from Strong Island, New York. Big ball game. Let's check out some highlights from Calvin Brown, and stick around. We have Coach Marvin McCullough from the New York Ballers coming up next. Here with Coach Marvin McCullough of the New York Ballers. Coach, this was a very close ball game. Had to go into overtime. How did you guys pull it out?
Pure will. Pure will. These guys played hard. A couple guys didn't, play their best game, and some other guys picked it up. We had spurts where we played well. We had spurts where we let down on defense. But most important thing is that we came out with a victory.
This is you guys' 2nd overtime win in a row. What does that say about the character of your ball club?
It builds a lot of character. It builds a lot of character being in tough, close games and ending up on the winning end. That shows a lot about the team. Trust me, it's not the coach. Trust me.
Coach, great ball game, another one. Are you guys ready for the playoffs?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you win overtime games like that, you got to be ready for the playoffs.
All right, Coach, once again, amazing ball game. That's it, folks. Coming to you live, Trenton, New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. New York Ballers coach Marvin McCullough. Great game. We're out of here. Peace.